I couldn't decide if this video should be on the LEGO channel or this channel, but then I realized this is more sort of a rating slash discussion video, so I'm going to put it on this channel. If you want to go check out the LEGO channel, I got fun videos over there. Link for that is in the description. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the topic of this video, and that is I'm going to be rating my own personal rates of 5 of the best LEGO stop motion videos I used to watch as a kid. And I will come back and watch every now and then for the nostalgia, and because it reminds me of a simpler time when I wasn't stressing about literally everything going on right now. So we're gonna hop right in, and these are actually LEGO Star Wars stop motions. Don't get me wrong, I've watched a lot of LEGO stop motions, but LEGO Star Wars stop motions have they are close to my heart. I think a lot of people would agree. So first up here is a stop motion from 2 years ago called Windu Returns, a LEGO Star Wars story by LEGO Story Workshop, and it is a phenomenal film. And like the effects, the storytelling, it is amazing. I know at the beginning of this video I said I watched these as a kid, and this came out 2 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I still watch LEGO stop motion to this day. I still do, especially when I get bored. I'm a LEGO fan, so I like to watch it. It's fun. It's also a fun pastime, helps pass time when I'm bored. This is a fantastic film. I don't know if I can show it because I know it uses copyrighted music, obviously, but it's got a bit, I'll show some clips of it, but you guys can go check this out. I'm going to link all the videos we cover in the description of this video. But don't think I'm trying to take any credit. I don't know why anyone would think that, but I'm not taking any credit. LEGO Story Workshop, amazing. I'm a big Mace Windu fan. Mace Windu is one of my top 2 favorite characters in Star Wars, so this one is amazing. Why is this number 5? Well, because I've got other videos that I like over this one. This one is great. Honestly, the top 5 is not really worst to best, because honestly, all 5 I'm going to rate are really well done. Let's go ahead. I'll show you guys some clips of it, and you can see. Okay, so I don't want to give away of the story or anything. I don't want to spoil this, because if you want to go check it out, I want you guys to go in not knowing a whole lot of stuff. But the camera work, the animation itself is beautifully done. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, if we can see in these first few seconds, I mean, the mouths are animated. Not a lot of stop motions do that. They don't animate the mouth. So I mean, it's fabulously done. Also, it features Boba Fett here, and Boba Fett's one of my other favorite characters. So it's amazing. It's amazing. This is the first 30 seconds, and I think there's a lot. I think a lot of people would enjoy this one. So this is Windu Returns, a LEGO Star Wars story. On to number 4. This is LEGO Star Wars Darth Vader vs. Rebels brick film by Lord of the Bricks. This one, again, fabulously done. Effects, everything. I can't. This is something that should really, if Star Wars were to hire this guy to write a Vader show, it'd be perfect. We would have a perfect show featuring Vader if they had this guy writing it, because what he does in this video is fabulous. I mean, the work done in here, from the effects, the storytelling, showing, this is the closest we will ever get to a live action of Vader from the comics, when he tells everyone he's only surrounded by fear and dead men. This is the closest we will get to that, and I am all for it. Lord of the Bricks, this is a fantastic film. Again, I'll show you guys a few seconds of it just to give you guys an idea of how good it looks, but I don't want to spoil it because I want you guys to go in and see this. Again, this one's at number 4. So this is the opening. Again, this is about the first 30 seconds we're going to see here, and again, already I'm loving how it looks. It looks absolutely great for something being made out of Legos. I mean, sometimes we see people doing brick films. You see people only using Legos for the fit characters, and that's about it. But he incorporates both natural sky with Lego, just the rocky, the Lego rock pieces. It works. It works really well. The lava, it flows, but it's made out of Lego. It looks so good. And the combat sequence of all the rebels fighting Vader, it actually has you going through this whole thing of you get a little nervous because you don't know what it does a great job because you don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to say what happens. You can go check out the video for yourself. But this is at number 4, LEGO Star Wars Darth Vader vs. Rebels brick film by Lord of the Bricks. You guys can find him right here. So this is one of my top 3. This is Squad 42 by Gareth Pug or Pug. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I apologize, Gareth. If you by some miracle watch this video, correct me, I apologize. But this is just one of my fucking favorites. Now, he's done a remastered version of Squad 42 Alone in the Dark. This one came out 14 years ago. And there was a remastered one from 11 years ago. And then there's also, there's 2 other ones. There's an updated Squad 42 film. I have to go back and find it. So right down here, this is Squad 42 Dissolution. This is his most recent one from 4 years ago. This one is amazingly done. It is. I suggest watching this one too, but because I'm going with nostalgic here for nostalgic reasons, I gotta go with Alone in the Dark. So we can take a look here. This is again about the first 30 seconds to a minute. Stop motion. It's a little bit more choppy, as you can tell. I mean, but that's older stop motion in general. A lot of older stop motion is that way. Does not make it any less of a good film because it is so beautifully done. But I have all these on mute again, just because I don't want to spoil any of the sound, anything like that. Also, because I think some of these do use copyrighted sounds, and I don't want to, we don't want to cause any problems with that. But it's a Squad 42, Alone in the Dark. There are 2 ports, obviously, and if you watch the first one, the second one should show up when you watch it. But Squad 42, amazing brick film. I love it. All right, this one, Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars Battles 2 by Clone Commandos 101. This one is a classic. This one is done. The effects are decent. This came out in 2009. I remember specifically being in 2009, living in 2009, watching this on my mom's computer with my brother, and just like watch this on repeat all the time. I'd watch this after school almost every day. I loved it. Clone Commandos. This is it's an amazing brick film. I mean, it's done well. The effects are done pretty good. Again, this is early. This is like mid 2000s stop motion effects. You know, the effects aren't as good as the first 2 I showed. I cannot stress that the first 2 I showed, the effects are amazing. These ones, the effects are a little lackluster, not because they're bad, but because that's kind of what was available at the time for these older stop motions. But these older stop motions are still beautifully done. They're beautifully filmed. They have good storytelling. I mean, a lot of stop motions, a lot of people who do these, sometimes they don't have the good story. There's just aspects about them that they don't have. So what I'm trying to say here is these 5 films that I'm rating have amazing storytelling. I know I've said it about a million times already in this video, but compared to other stop motions I've watched, sometimes the storytelling isn't executed properly. It's not necessarily there. You don't really know what's going on. The effects aren't always the best. There's just some things in other stop motions that are not as good that are in these 5 that I'm rating. And now, again, these older ones are a bit more nostalgic for me, but I promise, in these last 3 I'm showing you, nostalgia, okay, the last one is going to be mostly nostalgia. But these other 2 I've showed you, they are a little bit nostalgia and a little bit of great storytelling, excellent storytelling, just beautifully done. All these stop motion I've showed you are beautifully done. Okay, so this is about a minute and a half in, and I gotta just show you the first few seconds of this opening battle, or the opening to the battle, because it is beautiful. I actually watched this one more recently than I care to admit, but it is beautifully done. I mean, the sound effects too. I know it's kind of mad to watch without the sound, but these effects. This is classic early 2000s stop motion. It really is. I mean, I love everything about this. I imagine a lot of you have probably seen these videos, but if you haven't, go check them out because they are well worth the watch. Even if you're into Legos anymore, maybe this will get you back into Legos. And if so, you're welcome, and I'm sorry. And the very last one, if you looked in the description, you probably saw what number 1 was. But you guys, this one is mainly based off nostalgia. It is beautifully done. I mean, it has things about that are really well done. This was filmed in 2007, released in 2008. And I think anybody that was a Lego Star Wars fan at that time and still is probably has watched this video enough times to know it by name. And that video is Lego Clone Wars, 501st Legion, Confederacy Strikes. This was from 2007. This is by Pizza Movies. This one is a straight up classic to anybody that was a Star Wars fan. Anybody that was a Lego fan, Lego Star Wars, anybody that had any sort of Legos ever, probably watched this video. Even if you weren't a Lego Star Wars fan, you probably saw this video. I mean, it is a straight up classic. When I think of Lego Star Wars stop motion, I go right to this video. As a kid, if you were a kid in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, stuff like that, you watched this video. You most likely did. If you didn't, you missed out because this video, its storytelling is there. It doesn't have as high a quality of production as most of the other stop motions did, but for what it lacks in like quality production, and what I mean by that is like set pieces, it's the set, like the other videos I showed you had like set pieces and all this other stuff. This is just a classic. It has sets, but the set pieces they use, like the clone base, stuff like that, it's not there completely. Like, it's kind of like, man, it could be better. It could be better. But I mean, this is a classic. This one's the #1 spot, mostly for nostalgia, but also because it is just such a great film to watch. I mean, if you want a flashback to a kid being a kid again, watch this video because it is amazing. I mean, I can't get enough of it. Anytime I get bored, I pull this up, I watch it. I would love to hear what you guys think of this. If you guys have seen any of these videos, if you've seen all 5, what you guys think of them, you should go check out every single one of them. All the links for these will be down in the description. This one is so beautifully done. It is, when I say beautifully done, I know I've said that about every other video. I guess I should clarify what I mean by beautifully done this one. And this one I just mean, it's got good humor that makes you kind of chuckle. It's got a good battle sequence. It's got good animation. It's got good effects for the time, because again, this, like the other two, previous 2 I showed, the effects at that time, again, just weren't the best. There wasn't good editing software to use. So, and most of these were made by, teenagers at the time. And it's done perfectly for the time it was filmed in. So, we're about 2.5 minutes in, almost 3 minutes in, and I'm going to show you just like a little bit of a battle sequence and just show you this old stop motion feel to it. Like, it is just such an old feel, but such a nostalgic one. I mean, when you look at the effects here, I mean, it just looks like someone took marker and just went dot, 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 dot. I love it. I'm all for it. These classic clones, the classic blaster pieces, it's all great. The stop motion's choppy. It's not, again, it's not, that's kind of what you had to do. Stop motion wasn't as fluid back in this time. And I feel like I'm old enough, I'm almost 25, where I can come back and say when I was a kid, stop motion wasn't as, fluid as it is today. And that is true. But for what it lacks in fluidity, if that's a word, I don't even know. It is an amazing film. It is an amazing brick. All these are amazing brick films. The thing about this list is I can't say any of these are bad. Any of these top 5 that I listed aren't necessarily bad. They aren't. None of them have any really negative qualities to them. For these ones I've showed you, these last 3, they were all made, anywhere between 10 and 14 years ago. And they're just, for the time, they were fantastic. And they still hold up. And the 2 I showed you, the first 2, those are really well done. They are so well done. Storytelling, the effects, it's all beautiful. Like, I'm rating these as 5 of the best. I shouldn't say, I'll say 5 best. We'll stick with that. So basically, these are the 5 best LEGO Star Wars stop motion films, in my opinion. Now, if you have another list, if you have the same list but mixed up, I'd love to hear them. Comment what you like. Now, if you got other stop motion films you like, I would love to hear them too. But for me, this is LEGO Star Wars stop motion, my top 5 LEGO Star Wars stop motion films. I apologize for the bad commentary. I've been stuttering a lot. I've been recording videos all day for the gaming channel and this channel, obviously. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Have a good day. Thanks so much for watching, and stay awesome, everybody.